Why your affirmations are making you poorer. You're standing in front of the mirror saying, I am wealthy, I am abundant, money flows to me effortlessly, but your bank account tells a different story. You've been doing affirmations for months, maybe years, and nothing has changed. Here's the brutal truth nobody's telling you. Your affirmations aren't just failing to make you wealthy, they might actually be making you poorer. And it's not because affirmations don't work. It's because your subconscious mind is rejecting them like a body rejects an incompatible organ transplant. Your subconscious has a wealth code, and until you understand how to reprogram it, no amount of positive thinking will change your financial reality. Let me explain what's actually happening when you do affirmations. Your conscious mind, the part of you that's saying the words, controls about 5% of your behavior and results. The other 95%? That's your subconscious mind. And your subconscious mind was programmed in the first 7 years of your life, long before you understood anything about money, wealth, or abundance. It was programmed by what you saw, what you heard, what you experienced, and what you absorbed from the people around you. So when you stand there as an adult saying, I am a millionaire, but your subconscious was programmed with, money doesn't grow on trees, rich people are greedy, we can't afford that, and you have to work hard for every penny, there's a massive conflict. Your conscious mind is trying to install new software, but your subconscious is running old programming that directly contradicts it. And guess which one wins? The subconscious. Every single time. Here's what makes this even more insidious. When your subconscious rejects an affirmation, it doesn't just ignore it. It actively works against it. You say, I am wealthy, and your subconscious immediately produces evidence to the contrary. It floods your mind with thoughts like, no you're not, look at your bank account, who are you kidding, you're lying to yourself, this is ridiculous. This creates what psychologists call cognitive dissonance, the uncomfortable feeling you get when your beliefs and reality don't match. And here's where it gets dangerous. To resolve this discomfort, your subconscious will sabotage you to prove itself right. You'll unconsciously create situations that reinforce your old programming. You'll make poor financial decisions. You'll push away opportunities. You'll undercharge for your services. You'll spend money you don't have. All to maintain consistency with your subconscious wealth code, which says you're not supposed to be wealthy. This is why someone can study every wealth strategy, implement every tactic, work incredibly hard, and still stay broke or barely surviving. Their conscious mind wants wealth, but their subconscious mind is programmed for struggle. And the subconscious always wins because it's operating 24 hours a day, running your automatic behaviors, making your unconscious decisions, filtering your perception of reality. You can't outthink your subconscious programming. You can't override it with willpower. You have to reprogram it. Most people doing affirmations have no idea this is happening. They think they're reprogramming their mind, but they're actually just creating more internal conflict, more cognitive dissonance, more evidence that they're broken or that manifestation doesn't work for them. The affirmations aren't the problem. The method is the problem. You're trying to install new programming without addressing the old programming that's blocking it. Decoding your subconscious wealth programming. Let's dive deeper into how your subconscious wealth code was created and why it's so resistant to change. Between birth and age 7, your brain is primarily in theta brainwave state, which is essentially a hypnotic state. You're absorbing everything around you without filters, without critical thinking, without the ability to question whether what you're learning is true or helpful. You're just downloading programming directly into your subconscious mind. During these years, you witnessed how your parents related to money. You heard what they said about wealthy people. You experienced their stress, their fights, their anxiety around bills. You absorbed their beliefs about what's possible, what's realistic, what people like you deserve. And all of this became your subconscious wealth code, the invisible operating system that now runs your financial life. If your parents struggled with money, your subconscious learned that struggling is normal, safe, and how people like you survive. If they fought about money, your subconscious coded money as dangerous and associated with conflict. If they said things like, money is the root of all evil, or rich people are selfish, your subconscious created a program that says becoming wealthy would make you bad. If they worked exhaustingly hard and still barely made it, your subconscious learned that's what you have to do too. Here's the critical piece. Your subconscious doesn't care about your happiness or success. It cares about your survival. And to your subconscious, survival means staying consistent with your programming, staying aligned with your family system, staying in the familiar. Even if the familiar is painful, even if it's limiting, even if it's keeping you broke. Familiar equals safe to your subconscious mind. So when you try to affirm wealth, when you try to step into abundance, when you try to make more money than your parents ever did, your subconscious perceives this as a threat. Not just a threat to your survival, but a threat to your belonging. What if becoming wealthy means you lose connection with your family? What if it means you become like those greedy rich people you were taught to despise? What if it means you're betraying your roots, abandoning your people, thinking you're better than everyone else? These aren't conscious thoughts. They're subconscious programs running in the background, creating resistance, generating fear, producing self-sabotage. And no amount of conscious affirmations can override them because affirmations only reach the conscious mind. They're like shouting at the surface of the ocean hoping to change what's happening in the depths. The real programming is buried deep in your subconscious, and it needs to be addressed directly. This is why people can have all the external tools for success, the education, the opportunity, the strategy, the support, and still not succeed. Their subconscious wealth code is programmed for limitation. It's like trying to run millionaire software on poverty hardware. The system crashes. The programming conflicts. The results stay the same no matter what you do consciously. Understanding this isn't depressing. It's liberating. Because once you realize the problem isn't your lack of discipline, talent, or worthiness, once you understand it's just outdated programming that can be changed, everything becomes possible. Your subconscious can be reprogrammed. Your wealth code can be rewritten. But you have to do it the right way. Why traditional affirmations create abundance blocks. Now let's talk about why traditional affirmations not only fail, but actually create deeper abundance blocks. When you say an affirmation that your subconscious knows is false, you're not just wasting time. You're actually reinforcing the very limitation you're trying to overcome. Let me show you how this works. Imagine your subconscious wealth code says you're worth $50,000 a year. That's your set point, your comfort zone, your programmed identity around money. Now you start saying, I am a millionaire. Your subconscious immediately checks your bank account. You have $3,000. The mismatch is so extreme that your subconscious rejects the statement entirely. It's not just ineffective. It triggers a defensive response. Your subconscious starts producing evidence of why the affirmation is false. It reminds you of your debt. It points out your lack of skills. It brings up past failures. It generates anxiety about being delusional. And every time this happens, you're actually strengthening the neural pathways associated with lack, limitation, and failure. You're literally programming yourself more deeply into poverty consciousness while trying to program yourself into wealth consciousness. This is the affirmation trap. You think you're being positive, but you're actually creating more negativity. You think you're building belief, but you're actually reinforcing doubt. Because the gap between your current reality and your affirmation is so large that your subconscious can't bridge it. And when your subconscious can't believe something, it does the opposite. It fights against it. Here's another problem with traditional affirmations. They're often worded in ways that trigger subconscious resistance. Saying, I am wealthy, when you're not creates immediate cognitive dissonance. Your subconscious knows you're lying. And once your subconscious catches you in a lie, it trusts you even less. You've just undermined your own credibility with the most powerful part of your mind. There's also the problem of worthiness. Many people have deep subconscious programs that say they don't deserve wealth. Maybe they absorbed guilt or shame around money. Maybe they believe suffering is noble and pleasure is selfish. Maybe they internalized messages about being unworthy or not good enough. When someone with these programs tries to affirm abundance, their subconscious reacts with immediate rejection. The affirmation feels unsafe because receiving wealth would violate their core programming about what they deserve. This creates what I call abundance blocks, energetic and psychological barriers that prevent wealth from flowing to you even when you're doing everything right on the surface. You might be working hard, implementing strategies, taking action, but if your subconscious has abundance blocks, you'll unconsciously sabotage your success. You'll miss opportunities. You'll underprice yourself. You'll make poor decisions. You'll create problems that drain your resources, all to maintain alignment with your subconscious programming. The traditional personal development world tells you to just affirm harder, visualize more, think more positively. But this is like trying to force a square peg into a round hole. The more you push against subconscious resistance, the stronger the resistance becomes. You can't bully your subconscious into accepting new programming. You have to work with it, speak its language, address its concerns, and gradually introduce new beliefs in a way it can actually accept. Reprogramming your subconscious wealth code. So how do you actually reprogram your subconscious wealth code in a way that works? First, you need to understand that your subconscious speaks a different language than your conscious mind. It doesn't respond to logic, willpower, or force. It responds to emotion, repetition, imagery, and most importantly, believability. This is the key that unlocks everything. Instead of starting with, "I am a millionaire," which your subconscious will reject, you start with bridge beliefs, statements that are close enough to your current reality that your subconscious can accept them, but stretched enough to move you forward. If you're currently making $50,000 a year, you might start with, "I am capable of earning $60,000 this year." Your subconscious can believe that. It's not a huge leap. There's no massive cognitive dissonance. It feels possible. Once your subconscious accepts that bridge belief and you achieve it in reality, you raise the bridge. Now you affirm 75,000, then 100,000, then 150,000. You're gradually expanding your subconscious wealth code, step by step, in a way your subconscious can integrate. This is how you create lasting change. Not through dramatic leaps your system can't sustain, but through incremental shifts your subconscious can accept and embody. The second critical element is emotional resonance. Your subconscious doesn't store information as facts. It stores it as feelings. All your early money programming came with strong emotions: fear, stress, anxiety, shame, or maybe safety, stability, love. To reprogram your subconscious, you need to attach new emotions to new beliefs. This means when you're working with wealth programming, you need to feel it, not just think it. Instead of mechanically repeating, "I am abundant," you close your eyes and generate the feeling of abundance in your body. What does financial security feel like? What does having plenty feel like? What does generosity feel like? You cultivate these feelings first, then attach words to them. This is how your subconscious learns. Through feeling, not thinking. When you can consistently generate the feeling of wealth in your body, your subconscious starts to accept it as real, which changes your programming. The third technique is subconscious communication during theta state. Remember, your original programming happened when your brain was in theta, that hypnotic, highly suggestible state. You can access this state again as an adult through meditation, right before sleep, or right after waking. These are windows where your conscious mind is quiet and your subconscious is receptive. This is when you do your reprogramming work. But here's the key: you're not just repeating affirmations during these states. You're having a conversation with your subconscious. You're acknowledging the old programming with compassion. "Thank you for trying to keep me safe by keeping me small. I understand you learned that staying broke means staying connected to my family. But we're safe now. We can be wealthy and still be good. We can have money and still be loved." You're giving your subconscious permission to update its code. You're also using visualization, but not in the way most people teach it. You're not just imagining having $1 million. You're visualizing yourself making the small, specific choices that the wealthy version of you makes. You see yourself confidently stating your prices. You see yourself investing in growth. You see yourself making decisions from abundance instead of scarcity. You're programming the behaviors, not just the outcomes. Living from your new wealth code. Once you begin successfully reprogramming your subconscious wealth code, everything starts to shift. But it doesn't happen overnight, and it doesn't happen in a straight line. Your old programming will fight back. This is normal. Your subconscious will test whether you're serious about this new code, or if you're just temporarily experimenting before returning to the familiar. This is why consistency is everything. You can't reprogram your subconscious in a weekend workshop or a single meditation session. Your current wealth code was installed over years through thousands of repetitions and emotionally charged experiences. The new code needs similar reinforcement. This means daily practice, daily choices, daily alignment with your new programming until it becomes as automatic as the old programming was. Here's what this looks like practically. Every single day, you're consciously choosing thoughts, feelings, and actions that align with your new wealth code instead of your old one. When fear comes up around money, instead of automatically contracting, you pause. You acknowledge the fear as old programming. You consciously choose a response that aligns with your new code. Over time, the new response becomes automatic. This is how you overwrite old programming. You'll also need to address what I call programming triggers, situations that automatically activate your old wealth code. Maybe it's seeing a bill. Maybe it's being around family. Maybe it's pricing your services. Whatever triggers your old scarcity programming, you need to work with those specific situations consciously until they no longer have power over you. This is advanced subconscious work, but it's how you achieve true liberation from old patterns. Another crucial element is surrounding yourself with new programming inputs. Remember, your original wealth code came from your environment. To install a new code, you need a new environment. This doesn't necessarily mean new people, though sometimes it does. It definitely means new content, new conversations, new experiences that reinforce your new wealth programming. You're essentially reparenting your subconscious, giving it new data to integrate. As your new wealth code stabilizes, you'll notice profound shifts. Money will start flowing more easily. Opportunities will appear. You'll make better financial decisions automatically, without having to think about it. This is when you know the reprogramming has worked. When wealthy thinking and behavior become your new default, your new automatic, your new normal. You're not trying to be wealthy. You are wealthy. It's been coded into your subconscious. But here's the ultimate truth. Your subconscious wealth code is never finished. You're always evolving, always expanding, always capable of integrating new levels of abundance. The difference is now you understand the mechanism. You understand that lasting change doesn't come from affirmations that fight against your programming. It comes from compassionately, consistently, skillfully reprogramming your subconscious in a language it can understand and accept. This is the real work of wealth creation. Not learning strategies, though those matter. Not taking action, though that matters too. The real work is addressing the 95% of your mind that's actually running the show. Your subconscious wealth code determines your financial ceiling, your money behaviors, your abundance capacity. Change the code, change your life. So stop fighting with affirmations that don't work. Stop wondering why everyone else seems to manifest easily while you struggle. Start doing the deep work of understanding your current subconscious programming, acknowledging where it came from, and systematically, compassionately reprogramming it. This is how you break free from abundance blocks. This is how you install a new wealth code. This is how you finally align your subconscious mind with the abundant life you consciously desire. And when that alignment happens, everything changes.